Yikes.
Man, fortunately, the perfect river card came to just give most of his stack. Welcome to Dallas.
Good evening, everybody. It's Wednesday night, TCH Live, 5-5-10. No Limit Hold'em tonight.
Roger Garrett just says 8-8 Snowman. How about the Frosties? Ooh. I like that.
Okay.
I like that. Give me some more creative names for the pairs. Entertain ourselves.
10-10-3. Overpair for Chomes. Pretty good spade draw for T-Fan.
Spade draw for T-Fan.
And an overpair.
Kind of sucks having a spade draw or a flush draw on a paired board because, like, you could bink it and then your opponent shows you top vote and you're like, oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
That's, awesome. But it's pretty hard to make boats in this game, and Cholm's actually going to check this. Very interesting that he decided to check, but he is going to get another bet out of T-Fam here for 80 bones. Small bets. I like it on the paired board. Brick on the turn. Doesn't change really anything about the board. Wrong color.
Checks over to T-Fan, thinking about his next move. It's just such a brick card for your hand on the turn. He's going to continue telling the story.
Yeah, I don't blame T-Fan for going for the bluff here. He's basically saying I got a 10 or nothing.
Time to really seek within.
Wow, did T-Fam overbet this pot? What a juicy overbet.
650. That looks like a spade.
He just gets there, getting the literal max.
1700
from the Jacks,
in the pot,
man.
and Chomes
Wow.
hates this card.
That's a terrible card. And yeah, holding the Jack of Spades sucks here because you really, yeah, it's bad. It's bad having exactly the Jack of Spades in your hand when T-Fam's inevitably going to decide to bet here. Chomes with only about like 1.8 pot or so.
So, do you overbet?
I like just a value size of like 1,000. Yeah, I was going to say 1,000.
800, looks like.
Maybe a little less. 800. 800 there. Yeah, Chome's not loving that card. He does not like it at all by any means. When you're put on the spot for something like that, like what am I supposed to say?
Chome's really thinking about, he's in the tank. I don't see him finding a call here, but that is just one of the worst. Other than like the 9 of spades, that is one of the worst cards.
One of the worst cards for real.
Ooh, it looks like he calls.
Wow,
snap.
he calls.
T-Fam shows.
Shown the Iron hand of spades. He's just like, Jacks, man.
You hate that.
Jacks. Oh my God. With a coach or something like that.
Yeah, he got popped for a couple moral misgivings.
That's what that. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. Thunderbirds spiking top pair. JT Rounders Live. 1999 Super Chat. Thanks, bud. Aces cracked and 7-8 of diamonds. Scoop. I love poker. Go Rhonda. I guess you're talking about a game you're out there playing? Sweet, bud.
So how about this turn card?
Oh my God! I didn't even see Chitown Tim just turned a set. Oh my God! Yeah, I really actually like his call on the flop, and then of course whenever you turn literal perfect, the effective nuts, not the nuts. Whenever you spike a set like this, I really like. Honestly, the raise you can seriously go big. You can go much bigger. You can go as big as like 1,000 because the Jack's never gonna fold on a board this wet. On a board this
humid,
precipitous, as we said earlier. Oh my God, the money card. Here we go, dude.
2,700 effective.
There's the hand we needed. Tim filling up on the end, giving Thunderbird the trip Jacks. It does bring in a heart draw. But boy, I think Thunderbird can get away with this. He does have kicker problems as well. Given that the hard draw came in.
He can get away from this?
I think so. Just because the hard draw came in, like that's whenever Chitown Tim raises the turn, he's going to balance that a lot. Oh wow, I gotta say I love this big bet. This big bet is awesome. Whenever you fill up and a flush comes in, you're begging your opponent to have. He's like, please have a flush. 1.8 thousand on the river, excellent bet size, and he just got the perfect river card, targeting any flushes, any straights that may be there. There's no straights available. Any Jack X that Thunderbird is very likely to have at this point. What a good bet. It's so balanced. It is a good chunk of Thunderbird's stack, like 2/3 of his stack, so that may give a little bit away. SPR was kind of in an awkward spot. So given that, I might have go for a more value-heavy size, but it's not like especially relevant. If he really wanted to go super, super polar, he could have just shipped it. And there he's going to get the crying call. Chitown Tim says, got the boat, buddy.
Yikes.
Man, Thunderbird, unfortunately, the perfect river card came to just give Chicago Tim most of his stack. Not running so great so far, man. Sorry about that, Thunderbird. Welcome to Dallas, but apparently Ace King used to be called Santa Barbara.
Adam Hendricks opened Ace Jack of Diamonds in the cutoff, and Chitown Tim with King Jack off and T-Fam.
Wow. Here we
ladies.
go. The ladies, here it goes.
QQ. Let's play a big one. Let's play a big one, boys. T-Fam 3-bets as expected to 300. Adam Hendricks in position. I would not be surprised if he calls.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy call facing a bet out of the blinds. It sucks if Tim got a back raise on you, but not very likely considering he just flat called Adam's open from the hijack.
Oh, there's like all these oil and gas connotations for Big Slick. Am I saying Big Slick is Ace King of Spades because of the destructive oil spill off the coast of Santa Barbara?
That's what I was seeing, and then it's kind of like evolved. I think actually if Adam had Ace Jack offsuit, I'd rather the 4-bet because Ace Jack of any suit plays well enough in position that you can probably just pot control and just play a hand in position. But T-Fam going to make the call here.
Got a pot developing.
Certainly do. I like T-Fam's call as well. Hard to put in the 5-bet with queens. Wow, what a board.
I mean, you get it all in, or with this board, queens is not going anywhere ever.
Ever. Literally ever. If Adam Hendricks wakes up with kings, that's what's called a cooler, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. You could see if Adam Hendricks decides to continue telling the story.
Yeah, I think he's got to. He's got backdoor diamonds
that'd be
as well.
pretty weak, I think, to check back a 4-bet.
He would bet. Yeah, exactly. He would have to, especially on this board. You know, T-Fam's never going to have a piece of it unless it's an overpair. So, and Adam Hendricks got a bet here to deny equity for things like Ace Queen, Ace King that T-Fam could potentially still have.
That's quarter pot.
Wants to put pressure on jacks, queens, etc. 4 on the turn doesn't really. I mean, it changes the board texture, but it doesn't change much in terms of how these players' ranges are going to interact with the board from a standard range perspective. Once T-Fam calls the flop, Adam could potentially give up here. If he wants to, wants to win the pot, he's got to put in a double barrel. Something.
And potentially go with it.
Yeah, potentially go with it. The problem is that the SPR is in a really weird
if he bets.
spot right now. Like, if he bets, he'd have to bet like 800, man. Like, yeah, I think I like the check. Give up the best. Let's just check in position. And how about the ace? How about the ace?
Ace on the river.
Look at that. T-Fam says, why? Oh. Why does the ace have to come?
Adam Hendricks checking to realize all of his equity, his very small equity on the turn.
Did.
And is rewarded on the end. $2,500 pot.
Wow. Yeah, definitely got to go for some value here. I'd love to see a smaller bet, kind of. Yeah, definitely a smaller bet, I think, is in order. Probably like 1,000. Probably bet 1,000.
Yeah, you hate to bet full pot. You just get snapped by ace queen.
And I was going to say, it's also not crazy to check back either, just because, like, your kicker is not – I was about to say that, and then you did it. Your kicker's not great, and it's very conceivable that T-Fam could look you up on the flop with ace queen.
Live 2-5, match the stack, no limit Texas Hold'em here on TCH Live. It's your boy Aaron McAvoy here hosting the show tonight, right?
Yeah, he just flatted the 100. I was surprised.
Yeah, not
See what he does
interesting.
here. This is the time to make a move if you're going to do it.
Well, no, exactly. Yeah, like the button's like.
Well, this board is really not great for 2 red queens, right? I mean, like, obviously your hand is perfectly fine to continue with, but I think the flat call is pretty great. He is just going to get totally wrecked by this gutter. And yeah, let's see how Cam navigates this now. He's played this like pretty trappy, right? Like, there's no way that JC would put his opponent on a hand as strong as queens. I mean, he's likely thinking that his opponent has something in the like ace 10 to jack 10 range, right? Like,
You got to think Cam thinks he's ahead here. Unless he's up against a set, he's got to think he's probably ahead.
JTN 1968 here in the chat says that Colby is really quiet, J-Stack is louder. Well, all right. Let's, yeah, we just got to keep our microphones nice and close to the mouth. So thank you for the feedback. We always do appreciate that, and we'll see if we can make sure that Colby pipes up a little bit.
Start
And
yelling into the mic for you guys.
there we go. All right, so bet a 425 here with the made hand for JC. Cam still calling. And Cam probably wants a spade or a 9 or something to come off to get him bailed out of putting any more money in here. But that is going to be,
gonna keep.
yeah, it's going to make him feel pretty safe. If he thought he was ahead on the turn, he's going to feel pretty good about his hand right now. 5-6 was already there. So yeah. And now this is where JC's image is going to get him paid off, in addition to the fact that Cam has played this sort of trappy.
Absolutely. He could make it very easily make a very polarizing bet here and get paid off.
Yeah, this is just an all-in from JC.
Wow.
Cam snaps, and that is going to be the old full double for JC. We're going to count that down. Looks like he's got 1K there, and that means the pot goes up to 3.8 thousand. JC going to go ahead and double up early on here in the evening, and that is going to be the new match the stack top candidate. 3.8 thousand for JC. Nice hand right there.
Tricky. This could work out perfectly in his advantage here.
Wow, a couple of clubs out here. 2 overcards for both Jason and Jaywin. JC obviously with the over pair.
Wow, everyone's still playing this.
Well, it's 2 natural checks over to Jaywin, pre-flop aggressor, and Jaywin is going to check back, take a free card. It's another club. So Jason improves to the nuts. Let's see if he checks here. Yes, I like this. He is going to continue checking. JC now have to feel pretty good about his hand. Not a ton that he can get value from, but he doesn't want to let the king of clubs or the ace of clubs get a free river card, so he is going to see if he can charge them to come along. Looks like a bet of 340. Jaywin, yeah, pretty easy fold for him. And now let's see if Jason does something tricky.
Think he elects for the flat here?
Problem is he's out of position, so his opponent is going to check back a lot of made hands, like 2 pairs. Even straights may just check back the river if he calls here. So, I don't know. Let's see if he goes for like a min click or something. These are weird spots to balance, but like this is just like part and parcel of the difficulty of playing out of position. So when you make a made hand on a dynamic turn card like this, like there's just no good way to play it that's deceptive. Like you either just like check call and hope to just like check blast on the river, but like he has to bet for you to make it work. As it stands, he's gonna go all in. JC snaps him. Oh my goodness, and JC is drawing dead. All right, so twice now queens, back-to-back hands have not 4-bet and have been punished heavily.